also exhibit some specific adaptations to overcome the extreme changes in the environment. These adaptations can be either short-term adaptations or long-term adaptations. Short-term adaptations include some immediate responses. Some immediate responses exhibited by the animal to the varying conditions. For example, it may be in the form of an increase in the rate of heartbeat, or it may be sometimes an increase in the breathing rate. Or sometimes due to exposure to excess of heat, there may be a temporary tanning of the skin. So these immediate responses are temporary adaptations that the animals exhibit to the changing environmental conditions. The long-term adaptations, you can say they are more or less permanent adaptations. May be formed once and continued throughout the lifetime, or may be exhibited seasonally according to the environmental fluctuations. Most of these long-term adaptations include behavioral adaptations. Behavioral adaptations. It may be, for example, migration. There may be scarcity of food, there may be change in the temperature and similar conditions. To overcome them, the animal may take to migration to a nearby or a distant place. And sometimes the adaptation may be in the form of hibernation, or what we have described earlier as winter sleep. The extreme cold temperature is overcome by entering into a state of inactivity, hibernation, during the winter months. Or it may be estivation, summer sleep. To avoid extreme increase in temperature, they may enter into a state of inactivity during peak summer months. In some cases, we see a situation which is described as camouflage. Camouflage, where the body form and color merges with the background. This is a very important adaptation in avoiding predators. The predator will not be able to locate the presence of the prey because the body color, the body form merges with its background. For example, we have stick insect, which just looks like a stick, cannot be easily identified. The leaf insect, Phyllium, leaf insect. It is not only green in color, but it also has the shape of a leaf. The praying mantis also cannot be easily located against its background. Such a situation is called camouflage. Another possibility is mimicry. Mimicry. Mimicry represents a situation where members of one species resemble members of another species. In the body form, color, shape, everything, so that the predator mistakes it for another species. This is very common. This situation is very common in butterflies. Apart from these kind of adaptations, there may be development of a thick fur. Development of a thick fur is one of the important adaptations seen in animals living in cold climates. Similarly, animals living in colder climates show sharp extremities, that is, their ears, legs and other structures will be comparatively short. This is to avoid excessive evaporation of water from the body. This is a general rule seen in such animals living in colder climates, and this has been described as Allen's rule. Allen's rule. If you take, on the other hand, desert animals are animals living in arid regions, the most significant adaptations in these animals is towards conservation of water. For example, there is a mammal called kangaroo rat, a desert adapted mammal. Kangaroo rat, during its lifetime, it never consumes water. Because if it consumes water, it will have to lose a part of this water in the form of urine. So it never consumes water, produces a solid urine, again as an adaptation to conserve water, and meets more than 90% of its water requirement, more than 90% of its water requirement is met with from water coming from metabolism. So like this, animals show various conditions to adapt themselves to varying environmental conditions.